They say curiosity is the first step to hell, but for us it's the fuel that makes us grab a drill and wood stain and do things that leave others' jaws dropping in surprise. Our goal today is to throw all the usual patterns aside and turn this worn-out delivery van into a mobile operations base that engineers in France could only dream of. But there's one fundamental question: how the hell do you fit a room in the back of a van? We don't know that yet. I invite you to a story full of twists and turns, a mix of doubt and excitement, because every great thing starts with chaos and searching for inspiration. And as you know well, we usually find it while shopping.
We're gathering materials. I lost my car keys this morning, so R2-D2, wait. Yeah, I know, I already saw you. What? Oh, are you looking at my invincible shoes? As usual, I'm supporting the Polish coffee industry. Got my coffee, let's go get some good brew.
Since Archie is supporting the coffee industry, it's worth mentioning that this episode is supported by our partner today, NVIDIA, the producer of the fastest graphics cards on the market. This hardware is made especially for creators, and the dedicated NVIDIA studio drivers ensure that working in creative programs is as stable as possible. Importantly, you can get such cards at Computronic for about 1,200 Polish zloty, and getting back to our shopping, there's a different kind of magic happening here. Just look at these two. Honestly, even some couples arguing next to us in the tile section would envy this kind of chemistry.
An armchair, a plant, books for the library. We got these cards because you watched the last episode, so now we want to make use of them. After all, it would be a sin not to use them, a sin not to use them. Reading always stimulates the brain. We won't reveal more. Let's see what else there is.
You can see that something is already starting to form in your mind, but since the plan is still one big unknown, maybe it's worth starting the search with accessories. After all, we know that Claimer secretly dreams of a lush mane, and in different shades too. And since we're talking about colors, I think it's best to go to a place that makes you think of only one word when you see it. Oh!
Damn green, kind of like he was hauling beer bottles under a Lambo. Hey Archer, come on, these are like hammer ones. You know what I mean? Do you think this will be okay? It will, I don't know, risky.
If you think we're looking for paint here to slap some pastel pink on the walls inside, you're mistaken. It's still a car, and we're going to give it a total makeover, including the exterior. Inside, however, it's supposed to feel homey, so we're grabbing durable, waterproof acoustic panels, slats, and a whole supply of workshop chemicals.
Don't pour that into your cup. People can see it. Come on, man. Pouring Borigo from Petrigosh, that's just...
Boss, well, I have to admit, it's going smoother and smoother. The cart is filling up, so it's time to make a little turn to the decoration section, because that's where the positive impulse came from. And I'll tell you, I can sense that literally just a second ago, a scene played out here that can't be left out of this story.
Listen, it's embarrassing to go to comfort with a guest. Don't go. Maybe Castolerwa, that's fine. While I'm sniffing carpets with the guest, I'm sniffing carpets. You don't like the smell of carpet, but rugs mean freshness? I know why. Because it reminds you of a finished renovation. Because fake ones, it reminds you of real ones. Only in Turkey does he think it reminds him of his family home. He's simply a carpet dealer.
Carpets with carpets, but as you know, the heaviest caliber is saved for last. And in this case, it's literal because this furniture board is really quite large. How do you get it to the van? Well, we'll worry about that in a moment, because when fans come over to give a high five and take a photo, logistics take a back seat. But the euphoria quickly fades, and the problem remains with every step toward Mini Rezedwa's parking lot, and the worries about whether it would even fit grew with every meter.
As if we're supposed to close the door. It's longer than the car. I usually put everything in first and worry later. So if you're putting it in, why worry?
Wait, it'll break in the middle and that'll be the worst, damn. But the door won't close at all, damn Explorer. Come on, wait, we'll break it, no. No damn way. We should have cut it in half. All right, let's head back to the base with the boards on the truck. That's one problem out of the way. Now we can go back to brag about our success. And once we got there, there was an immediate stir because a shopping trip like that just couldn't go unnoticed. I'll show you the work, change clothes, we'll pack up. Look what happened. Oh no, oh no, oh no. As I say in ITMM, they gonna know. Jokes aside, the work is waiting. First, we need to unload the haul from our shopping trip, and you'd think that's just a formality, right? Or maybe it's the beginning of more trouble. No PIT, no alarms. You stopped, right? Damn. You held on right away after all. Security is calling you? Well, good morning. Yes, like a mistake. Laughter password. Hey, what password? LCPD. Put your head down. So what are you doing now? Whoa, but hey, damn. Oh shit, Arthur. But listen, with one move, 3 baskets, laughter. That's cool. I already had it on my teeth. Wow. Fortunately, we have all our teeth. So let's make room for our new project. The method is simple. We move the mess to another corner, then all that's left is to collect the oohs and ahs for the paint we bought, and we're good to go. No, before the bus goes into the garage, we still have one damn important mission left. Attention, gather up in front of the car. We've got a mission. The mission is called Dirty Laughter, Mission Dirty, our little heart. And also, that box, see how clever I was? I took a leaf for myself. Laughter. We need to make this box suitable for painting, of course. We can't put beautiful paint over years of road dirt. That's why the second team is heading to a nearby car wash to give our old man a proper spa treatment. It's time to wash away its past and get the bodywork to a state where we can even look at it. First of all, I've always wondered at the car wash, do you have to go through all the steps for the car to be clean, or can you skip something? I feel obligated to do it, but I know you don't have to. Who's paying? You have money, 3x3, yeah, 3x3, damn, less than an impulse, well, a laughter. Shishu likely took that 5 too seriously and decided to run around the entire van on a whim. He still has the habit of washing smarts from his trip to the Czech Republic, but let's be honest, a smart isn't a barn. On Arxen's wheels, the bank will do the white glove test for us. That's why, for peace of mind, I took over the controls to start foaming the car from the bottom. But my companion got so attached to this van that he literally decided to leave his mark on it, laughter. But how warm-hearted, dear parents, take your kids to the car wash. Not only will they learn how to have a car, but it's already clean too. But at least I know seriously that from underneath and with the full size it really makes a difference, so there's a lot of waving the lance around here. The thought of a penalty lap and being sent back is more motivating than anything else. So we're scrubbing until it shines because we can feel in our bones that the inspection at the base will be more thorough than a vehicle inspection. Laughter. Alright. Now we're only paying 87 zlotys for the car wash, laughter. Well, how much did you think it would be? Damn, that was a lot of water. 10 bucks, but that included waxing. Wait, waxing laughter. Exam passed, so we're starting the docking operation. Theoretically, the task is simple, just drive inside. In practice, it's a giant slalom, which is why you need a pilot for this task. Someone who's already brought more than one Dreamliner safely to the window in tough situations.
Stop laughter. You broke it. Wait, either you listen to me or not laughter. Watch out for the mirror. God, I'm sweating. Jesus, no, Atta, I can't keep up steering you. Stop, it's there. But man, go get the remote from the square.
What's wrong? Oh, you mean the remote too?
The remote too. Great, thank you.
Well, maybe I'll keep those words to myself. Now comes the stage that hurts every bodyworker's heart, deliberately ruining the shine, but there's no room for sentiment. You have to dull the surface so the new paint can bite into the bodywork. That's the key to adhesion. The work is tedious and dirty, so it's easy to be tempted to take shortcuts. And here's a surprise for Claimer, who doesn't expect that Artie's famous eye will even check the quality of the dulling. Look!
Because for now I'm fixing half of what you did, all of this needs to be redone. For you, it's not that important, you know what you'll be fixing. Yeah, I know.
Just use the paint. But poor Louis Renault, when he started his factory, he surely didn't expect that his proudly sounding name would disappear from the trunk of this car. For good, but well, a new image requires sacrifices. When the emblems faded into oblivion, the fun began with masking off everything that wasn't supposed to be accidentally covered with paint.
Ollie, that's a thicket, Ol. This is going to work. I'm ready. That hammer finish will come out. Damn, I don't remember ever using it, but I think I know what it looks like. Damn, it's so deep, Ol, like a torpedo, but it's really cool. Not gold, kind of copper, kind of mustard. and not that tacky folk style.
Time to check if this color and the paint itself are really worth all the hype. In theory, it should be easy. No primer needed. Applying it straight onto rust sounds like a big convenience, but paper will take anything. What about reality? Well, even though painting itself isn't difficult, the size of this car really makes a difference. We soon realized the large surface area required more capacity, so calling for reinforcements was an easy decision.
They called us in for special tasks.
So when it's me and Primož,
It means there's a lot of work.
and when there's a lot of work, you need premium gloves. In college, I had this one major, but only for almost 2 years. Proctology. Look, I even put on rubber boots to throw myself into the deep water. Oh, I know which was the favorite place. Clamera. Hey, girl. Listen, he accidentally walked into the camera. Listen, comment on his back tattoo, say it's a nice holiday shape, right, and we're getting started. We consider ourselves serious people, so who takes which side will be decided by a quick game of tic-tac-toe. The verdict has been made. One team attacks the fresh side and the other puts on a second layer where it's already been painted. After all, there's strength in teamwork, so the pace should double, and since things are moving fast, I'll quickly tell you about the GeForce RTX 50 series cards from today's sponsor, NVIDIA. If you're planning to upgrade your old equipment, now is a good time. These cards are powerful not only in games, but also in the hands of people who have passion and need power to bring their ideas to life. From early visualizations, through working in creative software, all the way to preparing projects for 3D printing where NVIDIA Studio support works great. But wait. If the equipment is supposed to be top quality, then there can't be any sloppiness on the boss either. This time, Claimer felt the spirit of inspection within himself.
Krzysztof, don't change, it's good. The streaks only show that we didn't skimp on materials. For now, I'll just smooth it out. Honestly, Primož did this side.
In the meantime, while the paint is drying, there's no point in standing around doing nothing. It's time for the bumpers. All it takes is a good wash, then a shot of plastic cleaner, and magic happens. These tired-looking parts become unrecognizable, regaining their original black color. And just when it seemed like we were on the home stretch, things started to get a bit more difficult.
Look, Kuba. In case the paint spilled out of the can, I immediately and forever submerged the pencil, the screw, and the bit. Interesting, isn't it? Sometimes even by accident, art can appear.
Oh, I think after so many hours of painting, the fumes started to do their job because a little chaos crept into the garage. It quickly became clear that this paint is actually demanding, a real contender. She despises the foam roller and only accepts a solid brush, strokes up and down sideways at an angle. But one thing is certain, this bus will have an absolutely unique texture and color. When you see this masterpiece on the road, don't run away thinking that some crazy courier is chasing you. By the way, we just attracted one with our thoughts because a mysterious package landed at the door. What is it?
Don't stress, I'll take a look for you. Did you buy something in secret? Listen, you don't have to know everything. The less you know, the better you sleep. Suga did this for us. And I have to tell you, this project is a wild ride for me. Suga just did something for us. With the letter saying, "Hey crew," handwritten, you can almost smell the pen. Hey crew. In the package, you'll find 7 modular LED panels,
which you can arrange in any pattern you like. The story of this gift began with a challenge issued by NVIDIA. They wanted me to show what can be created with the support of their NVIDIA studio cards and drivers. For me, that's everyday stuff, because this setup is what optimizes and speeds up my work in Blender or Photoshop, and these cards can do much more. From playing games at the highest settings to advanced work with artificial intelligence. And it's thanks to its support that I was able to quickly prepare the visualization of these panels, and now you're holding the final results in your hands. I hope
that this gift will set the mood. Go wild, Chuga, Beku, Senkyu. Every element is secured. Man, oh. But hey, you have so much. A 3D printer, yeah, I have one too, and instead of making something like this, it just breaks down. So what did you print? A table like on a toothpick, and a tissue box where you pull them out here. Nice and beautiful, but these are just decorations. We need to focus on the real romantic aspects and tie everything together, not just the floor and walls. We'll do this when we start decorating fully. Tsuga, thanks, let's keep going. I like it, but it's gonna be a no-no.
So let's go inside to arrange these mobile 4 walls. Basically, it's no different from renovating a regular room, except maybe for the rather modest floor space. According to the rules, we're installing a floating floor, but since this one will literally be traveling on the road, don't you think the manufacturer should consider a new name? Of course, the worst part is cutting all those tricky corners, but if you plan it out smartly from the start, even with crooked walls, the job goes smoothly.
When we painted together, it didn't turn out well, but when you took matters into your own hands, it's perfect. Really perfect. That's the so-called division of duties, but you have to do it yourself. You know, I'm just calmly doing my own thing, but I need your help. But don't get mad at me because I have a proposal for you. Listen.
Aha, from the words "I have a proposal." That's when in this workshop, one additional unplanned job definitely begins. And of course, my instinct wasn't wrong. It's about removing the partition wall. It's a dirty and noisy job, but the goal is a noble one. Getting rid of this sheet metal will open up the space for us and turn a typical cargo van into something more like a real one. Camperizing is cool.
There's space like a team, and we're going to travel. Let me show you one more thing. Are you suggesting it's just lying around at work? Yeah, look, Torpedo, listen, he's had this thing in his car for 20 years and hasn't enjoyed it. But then suddenly Otto just flat out.
I know it's comfortable to sit, but it's time to go on the offensive with the walls and ceiling. Do you remember that giant furniture board that was so hard to move at first? Well, in the end, it gave in to the power of the circular saw's arguments and finally hung above our heads. Since the top and bottom are proudly in place, it's time for the sides. But to keep things from getting too sterile with just plastic, slats came into play. And you know what? You could say the work started going like clockwork. Seriously, it went so smoothly that even the precise handiwork came to claim her as if he were back in his school shop class.
Marcin, what is technology? Damn, man, you tell people it's handmade. Yeah, handmade, but it's actually hand mechanical. So what kind of big grain are you putting in here for me? 100, right? If you already have 100, last time we were at 100. At that, what was it called? At the fair. I feel really stupid. And don't write in the comments that you've already seen us because I'd have to delete them because there was hangover, what can I say? Hangover Breslau. When luck is on your side, things move so fast that chips are flying literally everywhere. And you might not believe it, but just a moment ago there was an idea to put a fireplace in the bus. That vision faded quickly since the furniture and countertops were already lined up. And even though the atmosphere kept improving, as you know, life likes to surprise you. I think, I see that you're already moving in. I think it's already that time. But I'll tell you, Claimer, that this cabinet really does the job, huh? You know what? I know what's up, damn, I know.
What's up? You must be kidding that we're trying so hard.
I would paint these doors gray on the inside.
It was supposed to be gray, but in the end, black was used. Well, you know, black is slimming, and in our case, it'll perfectly hide any imperfections. Besides, we've already painted with the blackest paint in the world before, so we know what we're talking about. But wait a minute! What's that tinkering with the engine? Is there some kind of breakdown? Fortunately, it's just a seat, or rather another unusual idea for getting some comfortable equipment inside. That's great.
Damn, good job, Master, damn. And he felt at home with the balls, but the important thing is that it works. This is awesome. If we need to put in the smallest seat in the world, this is the kind of project it is.
That even the seat.
Porsche doesn't fit here.
Claimer is right. Not every expensive branded item needs to match our vision right away. Building a project like this isn't like assembling furniture from instructions. It's a constant list of trials, errors, and searching for the golden mean. But when you finally get the concept right, all that's left is the pure pleasure of assembling the refreshed details, the hubcaps, and that magical moment of peeling off the tapes that reveals the final lines.
Oh, Electronia, hey, your new office, I'm entertaining.
I thought there was an aquarium there.
Hey,
The worst part about all this is that it looks better than our booth.
that's what I'm saying.
A tricked out computer. Listen, it's quiet. LED lights in every color. Everything is lit up, just like at home.
Well, that's beautiful, really cool. Getty Pisu are awesome.
Chill, just chill.
No way. League. TikTok's cheap. 50s Lotus.
Did you make it feel like home? No. Even the baseboards are by the floors.
Even after 2 years there, I still don't have them. Great, bravo, beautiful, congrats, I'm installing them.
Have a nice work.
take care. Wait,
You probably recognize that sound from driving home after a party at 2 a.m. in a car like that.
right, I was well behaved.
Probably many of you sitting in front of your screens will eventually ask, what's the point of all this? But we prefer to ask, why not? Sometimes all you need is the idea and the real desire to make it happen. It's about that spark, that moment when the craziest idea pops into your head, and instead of ignoring it, you grab your tools and just make it happen. This bus is proof that all it takes is desire and determination to turn dreams from fantasy into reality. That's why you shouldn't give up. Try out your crazy ideas even if others think you're out of your mind. Do your thing, because the satisfaction at the end is worth every drop of sweat. We encourage you to try your hand at something new. If you feel you have a knack for creating, it's time for your own project. Maybe something just like what Chuga did for us. However, for this kind of fun, you need a solid setup, so remember about the GeForce RTX 50 series cards. Drop by Computronic because there are holiday promotions going on and you can get them at very affordable prices. See you in the next crazy projects.